Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver now.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of disease, your sip of chaga coffee. Oh, it's getting crazy out there. Silver popped to over $20. Oh my God, where's Rust and Benham to tamp down the price of silver? These regulators do not regulate, they run cover. I'm going to get to that in a second in cryptos because Kim Kardashian got nailed. I'll get to that in a second. First of all, a lot of people sent me this. Closed door meeting on the Fed on Monday. People said, oh my God, we have an emergency closed door meeting for the Fed. They have these meetings once or twice a month. And all you have to do is go to board meetings and you can see they're all closed meetings. There's a lot of closed meetings. And then every couple months they have the FMOC meeting and all that. Do I think this is important? I think the conversations will come up. Other things are going on. This meeting is touted to be review and determination of Board of Governors of the advance and discount rates to be charged by Federal Reserve banks. They might have a surprise, hey, we're going to stop raising rates because the world's falling apart. They're screwed. If they don't, we got hyperinflation. If they do, we got destruction of everything. So I think they're going to choose hyperinflation. So we'll see. We'll see what happens out of this meeting. They don't have to make an announcement. This is a closed door meeting. So it might be just like any of the other closed door meetings. We will see. But hey, seeing silver jump $1.30. Clifton talked about we'll see $2 days, $5 days, and $10 days. I don't think we will. I think we will see $1, $2, and $5. Anything above that, anything above $50 silver, they're going to shut down the comics. Then again, the criminal bankers are on the long side now. Yes, those bankers we've been screaming about for the last 20 years that have been short for 20 years are now long. And you might ask, who's taking the short? Probably folks like BlackRock who are in with the government. And it's easy to do. It's not like these traders are trading in a vacuum. This is a control situation. So these traders might lose $10 billion, like BlackRock might lose $10 billion by shorting silver, but they'll make it up. And the orchestrators of this game, they'll make it up in another derivative market or another commodity market. So just wash for wash. Maybe they'll go long on soybeans and soybeans jumps and they make $10 billion there. That type of thing goes on all the time. The easiest way to wash these trades so that nobody knows is in US dollar derivatives, bond derivatives. Those markets are so huge that nobody can even see what you make or lose. So this is an orchestrated thing. They are colluding to rig the price of silver. There won't be any losers on the rigger side. Just let me tell you that. So you might look like J.P. Morgan's going to lose $100 billion over here, but with the fancy little sleight of hand, the people they lose the $100 million to will give it back over here in the bond derivative market or something to that effect. That's the way the game is playing. It's all coordinated. Just keep that in mind. All right. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love when silver moves up $1. It brings attention to the silver market. You should already have all your physical silver in your own possession. If you don't, give Andy Scheckman a call. Andy@milesfranklin.com or info@milesfranklin.com, and he'll send you a pricing list and you can order right away. Do not wait. Only order what's in inventory now. This entire market could freeze at any second, as in silver becomes unobtainium as Cliff High's data. You won't be able to get it. I don't care how much money you have. People aren't going to get it, aren't going to sell it, even at your local coin shop. I'm trying to get my local coin dealer to do some deals for me, and he's working on it, but he's having a hard time. It's hard to get product, certain types of product, but that will go to every product, because when you can't get silver eagles or pre-65 coinage, say, okay, give me whatever you got. But everybody's going to be saying, give me whatever you got. That's where we are. But I don't think it'll be shown in the comics. I think they'll shut that down before probably before it breaks $30. We might get into the 30s and then they'll panic. If it breaks 50, good night. That's the 1980 all-time high that was rigged by, the Hunt brothers were working on it, and then the big riggers came in to do the work of Paul Volcker and Alan Greenspan at the time. Those two worked to rig the gold and silver market to all-time highs and then slam it, create a fake bear market, which lasted until 2011. And then Jamie Dimon did the same thing with a guy named Bill Daley he put as the chief of staff for Obama to bring silver from the controlled $20 price to $50, $49.99 or something like that on in April. It was April 1st or May 1st of 2011. And then they slammed it. Obviously, they can do it with a click of a mouse. And that created this artificial bear market. So if you look at the price of silver overall, you see two artificial spikes. Everything between these are 100% controlled. These spikes were controlled too. They weren't really scared. They didn't really have to. They just wanted to take the Hunt brothers out. And then in 2011, that's when JP Morgan inherited the Bear Stearns. They had to get out of the Bear Stearns situation. They bought Bear Stearns knowing that there was a huge, massive silver short. And the regulators already admitted that. Well, not on the official level. Bart Chilton, before he passed away, talked to my friend Chris Marcus about it and said absolutely 100% that JP Morgan was out of bounds and cheating. And then later we have the DOJ coming down on them for something completely different. I mean, Gary Gensler was talking about their position was too high. They had too big of a short position. Way out of bounds of the rules. But that's not what they got busted for. They got busted for high-frequency spoofing. Because that's harder to prove that you were harmed if you sue JP Morgan. With a high concentration, you can sue and win that. You can't sue JP Morgan unless you're a COMEX silver participant. You have to prove that you were harmed by this manipulative behavior. DOJ can. And why Jamie Dimon and Blythe Masters got away with this is you got enough money, you can get away with shit, right? Although this just cracks me up. Kim Kardashian charged by the SEC for unlawfully touting cryptocurrency, crypto security, quote. I don't even know which one she was touting. I heard she was paid $250,000 and then she had to give it all back. Oh, and let's just tack on $1 million because this is a high profile type of thing. We want to scare everybody out. This is a classic Gary Gensler move. Gary Gensler is not your friend. Remember, the SEC hasn't ruled. Nobody's ruled on this shit. If XRP wins their case, and it is proven that cryptos are not a traditional security, which I don't think they are. It's just a new category. Is Kim Kardashian going to get her $1 million back? Is Reggie Middleton going to get his 98 million Veritasium tokens back? Inquiring minds want to know. Dick Allgaier, the Crypto Viewing guys, put up a post yesterday. Definitely check it out on YouTube, where he talks about the tokenization of everything. And I agree with him 100%. Go to Crypto Viewing YouTube channel. And he said everything's going to be tokenized. And I agree. In the future, everything will be tokenized. Here's the problem, is Reggie Middleton has the patent on asset tokenization. If everything's going to be tokenized, a strict blockchain like Bitcoin doesn't fall under Reggie's patent. But if you attach tokenization of assets, that is 100% under Reggie Middleton's patent in the US and Japan. How's that going to be dealt with? Got Ver yet? And then what if the XRP guys win and all of a sudden, I mean, that frees up the crypto space in the United States. That would be the best thing for the United States of America because then everybody would get into crypto. And Gary Gensler, trying to play his puppet role, can't control everybody. And you got case law. And I think they'll have to give Reggie his coins back. I'm not sure about that. You know, a lot of people say, well, Reggie will just go create new coins. Well, under the agreement, he can't. He's not allowed to create any more crypto assets. So he's got a patent that he can't create. All he can do is collect royalties from people, I would assume. I don't even know if that's covered under the patent. It's getting really messy. Yes, you should have Veritasium. If you don't, it's hard to get. Mercatox has them. I saw the volume went from $8,000 the other day to $10,000, and the price of Veritasium went from $30 to $40. Imagine, now remember, these banks, they want to get you out and they want to be in charge. Gary Gensler gave this up. Check out this. This is when he was teaching at MIT. Check out what he says about, he's lecturing people on how to do a crypto startup. Yes, absolutely. And check out what he says about making it work. You got to give the banks half of your startup. Get them involved. Create a native token just for them. Pay the man at the door. This is a regulator. This is the head of the SEC. Listen to this.
And by the way, just replacing one central monopolist with another central monopolist, a lot of commercial banks aren't terribly excited about that. Maybe you're going to have to give some ownership. Maybe you'll have to give 50% of your ownership to the 20 banks.
What? What? And he was dead serious. Or how about this? Why not get their banker guy, Gary Gensler, as the head of the SEC, and then crash the entire DeFi market so that the banks can take control? Why not that? Isn't that a little easier than giving them half the profit? Just take them out. This guy runs the SEC. This guy ran the CFTC when JP Morgan was rigging the silver market. And it's not, truthfully, it's not the guy. It's the system. It's the system. I don't know what is in Gary Gensler's soul. Truthfully, I like him because he's a smart motherfucker. But if he's so smart, hey, Gary Gensler, if you're so smart, figure out a way to do your job without buying into the banker bullshit. Because they're not going to be here very soon. And you're going to lose all credibility from what you're saying and what you're doing. Again, back to Kim Kardashian. She agreed to pay penalties, disgorgement, and interest while also cooperating with the SEC's ongoing investigation into Ethereum Max. Ms. Kardashian's case also serves as a reminder to celebrities and others, that's the YouTube people, that the law requires them to disclose to the public when and how much they are paid to promote investing in securities. Wow. How many crypto influencers get paid for touting certain assets? I've never been paid for touting certain assets, but how many have? How many have? Or through partnerships. Through partnerships. If you're touting a security, well, you don't even know it's a security if it's crypto, truthfully, but you need to tell people how much you're paid, when you're paid, and shit like that. I can tell everybody I don't tout any securities, but we do have a lot of partners where we make money. Absolutely, 100%. Miles Franklin, Perpetual Assets, C60. Yeah, that's how we fund our business. But they're not securities. There is no law. And cryptos aren't securities either. They're a different asset class. So all you crypto influencers who are getting paid by crypto companies or have been paid in the past, look out for Mr. Gary Gensler. He's going to come after you. As a matter of fact, he just posted, listen to what he says here. This guy wants to control everything. Listen to this.
Celebrities and influencers often are endorsing a variety of products and services across television ads, social media, or print. On everything from clothing, diet plans, to perfumes. It catches our attention. We always wonder, did they use the product? Do they like the product?
We always wonder. You don't wonder. You want to entrap people and then bust them. So it never happens again and use them. Why do you think they went after Kim Kardashian? Because of her grand influence over millions and millions of people. And by the way, I would say her getting paid $250,000 for a tweet versus the $1 million penalty is extortion. she agreed to it because she didn't want her name dragged through the mud with the SEC. That's how much power these guys have. Just keep that in mind.
How much were they paid to endorse it? In any case, what does this have to do with the Securities and Exchange Commission?
Listen to the music. Just ridiculous. It's office hours with Gary
Celebrities
Gensler.
endorse investment opportunities, like crypto tokens or special purpose acquisition companies. Celebrity endorsements, though, don't mean that an investment product is right for you, or even, frankly, that it's legitimate. Even if a celebrity endorsement is genuine, each investment has its own risk and opportunities and may not fit your investment needs. Furthermore, a celebrity or influencer's incentives aren't necessarily aligned with yours. We might enjoy watching a celebrity playing on a basketball court, starring in a reality TV show or a movie, or performing to a large crowd at a stadium show. We shouldn't confuse those skills, though, with the very different skills needed to offer appropriate investment advice.
You want your appropriate investment advice? Don't trust the regulators. They are on the side of the banksters. You don't believe me? Let's listen to the rest of Mr. Gensler.
That are now, part of this. I mean, there are other ways to build incentive systems. Maybe you put a native token in there, and you give them the native token. So there may be other incentive ways to beat the current monopolist. And
the current monopolist. He said there's 20 banks. He called them the current monopolists.
And but I, having been around commercial banks for a long time, they really are looking for ways to replace their aggregators in their back office, whether it's clearing, settlement, exchanges, credit agencies. But they are deeply understanding, because they are pretty ambitious and very good at making money as well. They deeply understand that every idea that's pitched to them is somebody who currently is small but wants to get big and gain market power. So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining market power 5, 10, and 15 years from now.
Wow. What did they do to Reggie Middleton? Reggie Middleton was reinventing the entire exchange system. They're always looking for a way to slow you down. And they screwed Reggie, and they literally went behind his back to the Jamaican Stock Exchange, which he already had an MOU for. And they shut it down behind his back. When Reggie was working with the regulators, who are they working for? Gary Gensler just told you. They're always looking for a way to slow this shit down.
They don't want you to be the next clearinghouse like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange or Intercontinental Exchange. They don't want you to be the next
Jamaican Stock Exchange
node of market power. So you might share some of that with them, or you might find an incentive system.
Holy crap. Holy crap. Giving up the ghost. Way to go, Mr. Gary Gensler. Anyway, Coinbase suffered a huge outage. Get ready for that. Get all your cryptos off the exchanges. Get them in your own possession. I do not think regulators will be here within a couple months. They failed miserably. The entire system is rehypothecated. The stock market, the bond market, you name it, it is a massive Ponzi scheme. Get out. Get physical silver in your own possession. Get the good cryptos in your own possession. My favorite is Theta and the Theta family of tokens. On December 1st, Theta comes out with native tokens for anybody who wants to use them, like Apple, like Netflix, like Amazon. They can have their own native token on the Theta blockchain. Theta blockchain is absolutely fast enough, absolutely secure enough, absolutely brilliant. And oh, by the way, if you like the internet and you're scared about broadband because everything's going on the internet, Theta's your fix. As I said this week, and this very much scares me, who blew up the pipeline? This could drag the United States of America into this war. And it won't be settled on, by blowing up pipelines. It'll be settled by blowing up other things, possibly cities within the United States. So I don't like what happened. And we need to find out if the U.S. was involved in any way. We need to find this out and drag them in front of the American people. I mean, our president and Newland already admitted that that's what they wanted to do. So who knows where this is going to go, but it is very, very scary to anybody who lives on the planet. And oh, by the way, there's 170 floating 5X nuclear bombs floating around called LNG tankers. One of those blows, all of them will be sidelined. These are so massive. If you do any research at all, the potential energy in these things are unbelievable. And what happens when they puncture is the gas, because it's cold, it's frozen gas, it hovers along the water. When it sparks, boom, good night. Go check it out. I think there was a whole city in Ohio that was taken out like 50 years ago from a small tank. And these are massive. Keep an eye on that. Anyway, you want to learn more, go to the private road at Road to Ruta. Dick Allgaier and I talk about the new notch in the Silver Eagle, crypto viewing silver in the transition, crazy remote viewing session with Dick Allgaier. Yes, we are about to go to gold and silver coin standard. If we can just survive the insanity going on right now, there is a way out of this, and it's a good way. You want to join the private road at Road to Ruta, first join the public road and check out the stuff and see if you like it. It's free, but name an email address, publicroad@roadtoruta.com. And make sure that you're still getting my emails, because people get knocked off unknown reasons. And then if you want to subscribe to the private road, that is, we are currently still giving away the Ruta coin, coolest silver coin ever. Like I said, this coin is going to pay for your membership. As soon as the silver market breaks, this baby is going to be an amazing collector's item, each individually numbered, with certificate of authenticity. Go to roadtoruta.com for 1 year, $2.99 for the entire year, less than $1 a day, and you get all the backstage info and all the great interviews I do. Jenny Moonstone is coming up. I think we're going to talk on Thursday. She's fine. She survived the hurricane, and I don't know if she's been home yet, but she's on her way home to see what kind of damage was caused. She bailed out to the East Coast, thank God, because her town was pretty much a direct hit. So we'll see what happens. This is Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com. I'll talk to you later.